Hi. Oh god. Okay. Wow, what a professional start to a video. Yeah, I've got an exam tomorrow, so I really can't make a video that's of any kind of quality today. I'm just gonna sit and talk to you, kind of a casual back and forth, except not a back, more of just a forth. Well, I suppose the back would be in the comments. I've meandered already. What I really want to talk to you about is my favorite book from my childhood. And it's a book that I'm not really sure of its objective value and if you guys would find enjoyment in it were you to read it now. Because I have a really kind of warm nostalgia towards it. I mean, in my head, it's the best children's book ever. But I'm not sure how true that is. It's like when I told you that I read Lord of the Rings when I was 11, and then I reread it last year, and it really didn't correspond to anything that I remembered it as. But nevertheless, like, for all those years, like 11 to 20, when I finally read it last year, all them years in between, I was like, oh yeah, I love Lord of the Rings, I've read it, it's like one of my favourite books. But, maybe I didn't read it like I thought I did. But nevertheless, it had kind of a place inside. Like, I used to take it to school, my really big edition, and I used to not even put it in my bag. I used to carry it because I thought that was cool, because that's the kind of person I am. I mean, I sat alone a lot. I used to sit at my breaks, and I used to read it in the playground. Oh God. So, I mean, I was happy. I was happy doing that. Like, don't feel like, oh, how sad. It was fine. Don't worry about it. So my favorite book from childhood is a book called Red Wall by Brian Jacks. Well, actually, that whole series. He wrote a series of books about woodland creatures who kind of spoke, and it was sort of an allusion to medieval England, and there are castles and battles and arch enemies. Clooney the Scourge, who is a rat, who's their arch enemy, and it's really a book about informing kids about morality and about heroes and about honor. It's almost, now I think about it, very similar well, in some respects thematically similar to something like a Game of Thrones, except instead of men, mice and cats and moles and badgers and other woodland creatures. Yeah, I loved those books, and I used to, I remember not having a library card for some reason. I think my mum wouldn't let me have one because I used to forget to take my books back. So during the summer, I used to go to the library and just sit in there for hours and read these books by Brian Jacks. Did I mention he was from Liverpool? He's from Liverpool, but he's really popular. I always see him, even now when I go to Waterstones and stuff, I see him in the children's section. He's really popular. So I used to go there in the summer, and I used to spend hours just sitting there reading these books. I remember Red Wall, Moss Flower was another one, which kind of which was a historical narrative almost. If Red Wall was the modern day, they mention, I think his name was Martin the Warrior. They mention Martin the Warrior in Red Wall, and then Mossflower is a historical account of Martin the Warrior, which is great. And he kills a cat. But, I mean, a cat is like a big deal. But, and that's why he got his name as They're really cool. They're really, really cool. And I would read it again. And I will read it again at some point. I would do it for this, except that I have to read Fight Club. And, I've had exams to revise for. Wow, okay. This video has not been very good at all, and I apologise for that, but I could have not made one. I do have an exam tomorrow, so I hope you can forgive me. And now comes that awkward part where I have to kind of say bye whilst reaching for the camera and turning it off. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. And, Lauren. Oh my god! Oh god, it's awful. Lauren, I will see you tomorrow.